Hey, it's Tim Jernigan, Win Life Podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about vision. Vision, and not the vision with your eyes, but the vision, what they call with your third eye, with your mind. Vision, like I always say, I'm not a Bible thumper, but even in the Bible, it says without vision, the people perish. So vision is very critical to your survival. Vision is very critical to your finances, to your relationship. So we're going to be talking about vision today. Also, when we talk to people or I counsel with people, a lot what I hear today is in relationships, the female or the guy, maybe, hey, where are we going? Where are we going in this relationship? Or I don't see where we're going. I don't see any progress. And the reason why that is stated is because the person is not sharing the vision with them. So today we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about how to resolve that. We're going to be talking about solutions for the guys and solutions for the young ladies when you in that relationship or you in that situation or even life, and you don't see where you are going, where you are seeing progress in your life. Because that's just not in relationships. That could be in your job, in your life, even in your health. So you have to have vision, because if you can't see it, you can't achieve it. So we're going to be talking about that. Okay, first thing, number one, we're going to be talking about 6 items really quick, and I'm going to hit them really fast. Vision is a seed. Vision is a seed, like a watermelon seed. A watermelon seed is small. It is like a small morsel or kernel of corn. It is a small morsel. So, vision is a seed. And I tell people, be careful. If you don't have vision, you just see it as a small seed. But if you have vision, you can see, I can plant that seed, and you can see there is a kernel of corn, and there's a whole crop of corn. So that's what you said with anything. When you can look at it, you don't see what it is now. It what we call the as-is state, but you can see the to-be state, like what is to be. So I always tell people, be careful. Do not just eat your seed. A lot of people eat their seed. And so, because they don't have vision to say, okay, what can this be, or what will this be? Be very careful. Eating your seed also is even with your finances. You can see money now, and if you don't have vision, you can get your paycheck and you can spend your whole paycheck. But every paycheck you get is a seed. And so you can invest your seed, and you can see where it will come in the future. That's why you see people who are rich and wealthy, they are more thrifty in their spending, because a poor person gets a paycheck and they can see going to the mall, they can only see buying, things of now, clothes, shoes, handbags, hair, weave, eyelashes, red bottoms. I always joke about the red bottoms. But they can see that. But a person with vision see that same $1,000 that they have of that seed. They can see where they can invest that $1,000 and see that 1,000 is actually 10,000 or 20,000. So that's what I tell people, be careful. So vision is a seed. Be careful not to eat your seed, not to eat your vision. Number 2, the second point, transforming. This is very critical. Transforming your vision to reality is power. Think about that. Transforming your vision to reality is power. There's nothing more powerful to me than when I have a vision and I scratch it out on a piece of paper right here on my desk. And it is a certain feeling that comes over me once I can see that and touch that vision with my physical hands. And people who are visionaries, they know exactly what I'm talking about. That feeling is like no other feeling that you would have before. And like I said, I'm not a Bible thumper, but that is one of the most, that separate us as human beings from the rest of the creatures in the world. That's choice and the ability of creation, not just reproduction, but to create. So, that is an awesome feeling. So remember, transforming your vision to reality is power. If you have no vision, you have no power. And if there's no vision, there is no strength. Every person that has ever transformed their vision into reality is one, they're strong. Because every time that you have a vision, there's an antithesis to your vision. That means somebody who's trying to stand in the way and stop you from achieving your vision. And I know I'm about to get to the relationship part, but that's toward the end, because that's the tertiary part of this. So if you transform your vision into reality, they're strong. Second, they're confident, because when you can see something in your mind and you transform what's in your mind to reality, and and you become old hat at it, and you be able to do it over and over again, you become confident that what you say out of here and what comes out of here will actually end up in there. So out there for other people to touch. And also, people who are visionaries, who have vision, they're different. They're going to be a little different, because everybody, let me be clear. Because somebody told me, say, everybody don't have vision, or everybody don't have vision like you. I said, ooh, wait a minute. Everybody, every man and woman and child has a measure of vision. That means they have a certain level of vision. But most people, everybody, I say it like this, everybody has vision, but everybody just haven't tapped into it yet. And if you are having problem with, visionaries and writing your vision on your wall, or having a vision board, or you feel like you're stuck in life, or you're stuck in a relationship, you just haven't tapped into your vision. You haven't tapped into that spirit yet. And I'm like I said, I want this to be, I'm not Bible thumper, hey, reverend, nothing. But, it does, but I will say everything I say and believe, I do believe in the Bible. But I'm just saying, I'm not, one of them, those preachers that ask for their tithes and offering. They go buy a BMW 7 Series. That's another podcast. But also, every visionary is established. They are displaying a measure of success. So that's one thing about a visionary, that you can recognize a visionary. So sometimes, men and women, especially women, they picking the wrong guys, but this is what you should be looking for. Looking for somebody with vision. And like I said, vision is strong, confident, different, and established. Remember those 4 things. Number 3, your vision tells more about you than your name. Your name is what people call you. Your vision is what's inside of you, what you stand for, what makes you tick. Your vision tells who you are inside. They call me Timothy, Tim, or whatever. Who cares? But my vision determines who I am. Think about that. How can you, and ladies, and they always say, and I always say, it is a man's responsibility. I'm going to get to that. It is a man's responsibility in a relationship to communicate his vision. And we're going to talk about that some more. And so many times people say, where are we going? And that man or that other significant other, that partner has not communicated their vision. So how can you be intimate with somebody you don't even know? Because if you don't know a man's or person's vision, you really don't know them. You know what they call them, but you don't know them. Okay, number four, we're talking about vision, of visionaries and going somewhere in life and in relationships. Be consistent with your vision. Be consistent with your vision. You know, I talk to people and I openly share my vision. I talk a lot. That's my weakness. You know, people have weaknesses and superpowers. My weakness and my superpowers, I talk a lot. That's my weakness and my superpower. You know, but be consistent with your vision. So I talk to people and I say I share openly, and it knocks me off my feet when I see people I haven't saw in about 2 or 3 years, and I barely remember them, and I barely remember having a conversation with them, and they're able to recall the vision that I shared with them 2 or 3 years ago. And I'm so shocked by that because, and I asked, I said, wow, you remembered that conversation from 3 years ago? And he said, yeah, because you were so passionate about it. And he said, I just wanted to know, did it come through? I said, yeah, here it is. You know, well, here's that book that I said I was going to write. Well, yeah, you know, I built that house. I flipped that property. Yeah, here, you want to see a picture on my Facebook? You want to see it? And it excites people to see visions that you have spoken of out of your mouth come to fruition in front of their face. It's exciting to people. It still excites me to see visions, you know, come to reality. You know, so be careful and be consistent with, you know, your visions and what your goals are, and sharing those goals. I got a nephew. I'm not gonna call his name. Vern. You know, and God knows I love him, but you know, he'll go from 1 month, I'm about to be a longshoreman. The next month, you know, I'm about to go to college. Next month, I'm about to go to NBA. You know, be consistent with your vision. Don't be all over the place. You know, because it's hard to take seriously. And that's like crying wolf. So be consistent with your vision. And think about your vision before you share it, and have it your actual vision. Have it yours before you share it. Because, you know, everybody heard that story of the boy who cried wolf. And so when you keep saying stuff and don't do it, it's human nature not to believe or look for what you say to come true. I love to be that person when I step on set and I say, hey, I'm going to do this, that people get excited because they've seen visions come true, that come to fruition. But you hear, my nephew come in there and say, yeah, I'm about to build this mall. Not to say he can't, and I pray, that he could. But I'll be like, I don't know, I ain't gonna make no real estate decisions off of it. So be consistent with your visions, please. Also, number 5, that's good enough on number 4. Let me tell you something too. Let me be that when you communicate your vision, and I remember I tell you that, a visionary is going to be confident. A lot of people, be careful to judge a person that's cocky if he's confident, because that could be preventing you from getting the information that you need from that person, because you think he or she is cocky, but they just stating fact. And to them, they're not even in that boastful mode or mood. They're just stating the facts as a matter of fact, as making a point. So please remember that. Be confident and and consistent, and that's not being cocky. Number 5, walking out your vision. And I put a little star by that, walking out. Me and Shawnee, we talk about, we have our vision. And so we have a term that, baby, all we got to do is walk it out. And that's the things we do every day to make sure our visions come to fruition. Because every day you have to make steps. And we call that walking it out. So walking out your vision. And I'm about to get back to the dating part, like where are we going? Where are we going in the relationship? Where are we going? I don't see no progress. I'm going to get back to that. But so you got to hold on to the end. But walking out your vision, walking out, like I said, is making those daily steps. Walking out your vision every day and every time a vision is achieved and accomplished, you get more confidence. Now as you get closer and closer, the perspective of everybody else may change. And so more people can see the vision as you get closer to it. Don't be offended when people, when you're walking out your vision, when you first share it with them, they don't see it. They just have to trust you enough in your past performance, in your past endeavors, that they got to trust you to walk along with you until they get closer. Maybe you talk about building that shopping mall. Maybe they can't see it until they got the parking lot and the framing and the foundation done. Then they can see it. Then they can take off. So everybody's not going to be able to see your vision when you see the vision. So just be patient with people. So when you're walking it out, you may walk by yourself in the beginning. So everybody don't have to go with you. Number 6, vision in relationships. That's where everybody wanted to get to. The vision in relationships. Men should communicate his vision to his significant other, or however that relationship is. If it's whoever's the leader of that relationship. I'm old school. I believe in male, man, woman. But hey, that's not everybody. God made everybody. So, it could be whatever relationship it is. But whoever the leader of that relationship is, that they should communicate that vision to their partner. And when you communicate a vision to your partner, you're trying to, when you meet somebody, ladies, when you go on a date with somebody, he may not communicate his vision the first date, but when you talk to this person on the phone, if you don't hear his vision within the first couple of conversations, or hear something about his vision and that sparks your attention, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. There's 3 reasons why a man won't communicate his vision to you. He won't communicate where he's going. Number 3, he don't respect you enough to share it with you because he don't think that you have enough mental capacity to add to it. That you're not there for or can't contribute to his vision. So when a man is not sharing his vision, that's the number 3 reason why a man or the leader is not sharing that vision, because you don't have nothing to contribute. Or I don't think that you have nothing to contribute. I've been in that position. I've been on jobs and the main guy like, hey, hey, what's going on? He ain't sharing it with me. Like, oh, okay, cool. Let me, let me do my thing over here. But hey, I got some help for you. If you ask me, Number two reason why men or the leader of that relationship or the leader does not communicate his vision or their vision with you, that you're not part of it. Plain and simple. You're not part of it. You know, why tell you about the vision if you ain't gonna be there? I don't want to tell you about, man, we about to go to this party, we about to do this and do that. Like, am I going? No. I just want to let you know what we about to do. That don't make sense. So communicating a vision, if you're not a part of it, there's no reason to communicate to you. You know, so, you know, hey, that's for somebody else. So that's the number 2 reason a man don't communicate his vision to you or the leader. The number 1 reason a person don't communicate their leader to their vision to you, and you don't know where you're going, you're stuck in limbo, and you don't know what's going on, you don't see where this relationship is going, or you don't see where this is going. The number 1 reason why they don't share it with you, because they don't have one themselves. You can't give what you ain't got. Don't hate them for that. You know, it ain't nothing wrong. You know, they just haven't tapped into it. Not to say that they won't, or, you know, but, you know, he or she don't have one. They just haven't tapped into it. But always, you know, at the end, you know, we're going to wrap this podcast up. You know, Tim's three tips on vision. Tim's 3 tips on vision. You know, number 1, you know, men and leaders, share your vision on a need-to-know basis. You know, I gotta say, I talk a lot. You know, that's my weakness. You know, it's an upcoming podcast I want to do, and please, you know, like and subscribe and email me about. It's a good podcast I want to do. It's called "Learn the Art of Shut the Fuck Up." You know, that is a very important tool to use, and that's a very important tactic to use. And you must, you know, and the tactic is learn the art of shut the fuck up. You know, because sometimes the more you say can and will be used against you. And that's not just in a court of law. So, but anyway, Tim's 3 tips, and that was like a bonus tip. Tim's 3 tips on vision. Men, share your vision on a need-to-know basis. You know, women, never give the man a time of day if he don't communicate his vision to you. And don't, you know, you don't have to be asking and begging for it, or, you know, say, hey, where are we going? You know, you say that where are we going, you say it more than once. You're wrong. If you ask that man, where are we going? Or man, you ask that woman, where are we going more than once or twice, they're a grown-ass man or grown-ass woman. They heard you the first time, and they know what you wanted. They know what you meant by it. So what they're going to do is avoid the question because, hey, sister ain't going to be here with me no way. I'm just going to keep her around or keep him around till I get to where I'm going, to her drop-off point or to his drop-off point. Number 2 of the Tim's 3 tips. Number 1, share your vision on a need-to-know basis. Women, never give a man time of day that doesn't share his vision. Number 2, write your vision down. Write it for you can understand it. Write your vision down and write it for you can understand it. I don't care if you understand lines or hand signals of not, but whatever you can write down or put it in brick. Write it down, review it, study it, and become it. You must be able to almost recite your vision step by step down by memory. Because you look at it every day. My vision plan is right here, right behind me on my desk, right here. That was for the first 7 years. You know, the first 7 years would become from zero, go from broke, negative broke, paying, you know, somebody else, you know, to a net worth of $1 million. That was my first 7-year plan. Now, hey, you know, that's been walked out. So now I'm working on the second one. Now, writing the vision for the second one. So write down your vision. That's number 2. I'm getting sidetracked. Number 2, you know, and write it for how you can understand it. Review it, study it, and become it. And number 3, share and execute your vision with passion, confidence, because it's like that. You can see that chair over there. You know it's there. Don't let nobody shake you on your vision. And trust me, ladies and men, and if a person has a vision for you, you don't have to ask for it. If you ask for it, he or she don't have it for you. Because trust me, if anything that a man or woman wants, they know how to ask for it and go get it. So if they're not sharing that vision with you, or if you're with a person that's not sharing their vision, and you're not hearing that vision and how you fit in it, you're going nowhere. It's plain and simple. Because guess what? If they want you to be there, they got to let you know that, hey, that you got to be prepared to be there. Or they just think you just going to hang around for nothing. Some people do. So number 3, share and execute your vision with passion. Be confident. So that's it. This is about 25 minutes. I said I was going to keep this to 15. I hope this helps somebody. Like, share. Please share this with somebody for they can, an email. Please, get ready for the next podcast. Like and subscribe. Win Life Podcast. Get ready for that. The podcast. Learn the art of shut the fuck up. That's going to be awesome. But we need to learn that art. I hope this helps somebody. Never to wound anybody. Like Shani always say, you learn when to burn. Hey, have a good one.